Wheaton College football is a team of Christian young men working towards a common goal, the fulfillment of their potential as individuals and as a team. The means to the end is success on the football field, but the ultimate end is to glorify Jesus Christ. Wheaton football players are taught through discipline in off-season workouts, season practices, and an ongoing commitment to spiritual growth that it is the process that really matters. Wheaton College football is a process, a daily striving to be your best in all things, day by day, workout by workout, rep by rep, and prayer by prayer, waiting patiently for the outcome to follow, because it will follow. The following is the story of Wheaton Football 1994, The Process.
You gotta keep them separated.
In September, the leaves were turning brown, the campus was antsy, and Wheaton College was ready to crush all hope for the Flying Dutchman, who lighted on McCulley Field for the season opener.
Separated. Hey! The man you disrespecting me. Take him out. You gotta keep them separated. Hey! Don't pay no mind. We're under 18 and won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play.
Standout performances came from quarterback Jeff Brown, who earned CCIW Player of the Week, and safety Nakia Jordan, whose interception for a touchdown helped Wheaton to hold on for a 24-21 victory.
By the time you hear the siren, it's already too late. One goes to the morgue and the other to jail. One guy's wasted and the other's a waste. It goes out of saying as 1,000 before. No one's getting smarter, no one's running the floor. The never-ending spree of death and violence and hate is gonna tie your own rope, tie your own rope, tie your own. Hey, man, you're disrespecting me. Take him out. You gotta keep them separated. Hey, man, you're talking back to me. Take him out. You gotta keep them separated. Hey, pay no mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey, come out and play. It goes out the same as 1,000 before. No one's getting smarter, no one's running the score. You're never in this free and
separated.
Hey, man, you're disrespecting me. Choke him out.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hey, feel fine. You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey, come out and play.
Wheaton's next non-conference game pitted a young team against the younger Aurora University. The game featured a balanced offensive attack which subdued Aurora's defense. Wheaton gained 400 yards, with 218 coming in the air. Brown orchestrated beautiful music with his now famous trio of Mark Leffler, Wes Mooring, and Brian Smith. The kicking game, after struggling in the opener, found its foothold as freshman Paul Beans made field goals of 39 and 28 yards. The rushing game looked to be on the road to recovery, as Pedro Aruza, regaining health after numerous injuries, gained 89 yards. Jason Sachs carried only 7 times for a career-best 61 yards. Defensively, Wheaton was led by linebackers Chip Parrish and Dan St. Jean, who combined for 26 tackles. Finishing with a score of 30 to Aurora's 7, the Crusaders appeared ready to rush headlong into the conference schedule. In the third game of the season, the Crusaders were continuing to accelerate. The unfortunate Carthage Redmen had stepped in their way. The Crusaders sacked Carthage 40-0, outgaining the Redmen 467 yards to 179, splitting their 6 TDs between air and ground. Nestled comfortably behind an offensive line led by 3 seniors, All-American Doug Johnston, All-Conference Jason Noble, and All-Wheaton Kyle Roberts. The line allowed no sacks on the day, making it easy for Brown to play catch with Wes Morin, who had 7 receptions for over 100 yards. Jason Sachs beat his career best set the previous week with a game-high 73 yards rushing. The defense was phenomenal in this contest. Defensive end David Hoover recorded 3 sacks and 2 hurries, while David Massey chalked up 2 more sacks. Rotating middle linebackers Chip Parrish and Todd Ritzman combined for 13 tackles and 1 interception, plugging the middle all day long. In a 60-minute mud bath, Wheaton fell behind in the race for a conference championship. The Crusaders lost to Illinois Wesleyan 27-17. Wesleyan couldn't hold on to the wet football in the first half, but Wheaton stumbled offensively, failing to convert on the Titans' 5 turnovers.
Are you crying tonight? Are you feeling alright? I tell the world that you were down on your luck. You were one of a kind. One who never give up, even when they burn prize on your head. Has anyone heard the tale you tell? I see
game relatively free of standout performances, linebacker Matt Steyer led the defense with 15 tackles and 2 fumble recoveries. The defeat was a huge disappointment to the Crusaders, who could not activate their powerful offensive weapons in the sloppy conditions. It also meant a must-win situation the following week at Milliken. Wheaton turned 180 degrees at Milliken University. The offense exploded dramatically, scoring on 5 of its first 6 possessions. Jeff Brown was exceptional, completing 19 of 24 passes for a career-high 361 yards and 5 touchdowns. 4 of those went to Mark Leffler, who shared CCIW Player of the Week honors with Brown for his performance. The success in the air also opened up the running game. Pedro Arruza broke for over 100 yards on 19 carries. The defense swarmed the Milliken QB, sacking him 7 times. A host of Crusaders took part in the sack fest. St. Jean, Steyer, Hoover, Diller, Sinise, Messner, and Ritzman, and who knows how many more.
Now he's shaking up the knees. Could I come again, please? Yeah, the ladies want to come. You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Yeah, thunderstruck.
Brown will throw back across the field now, caught by Arruza at the 20, to the 30. Arruza's got open field to the 40, 45, 50. Pedro Arruza off to the races, to the 40, 30, 25. Finally pushed out of bounds all the way down at the 20-yard line. Oh, Nate, these guys are going to make me run out of breath in territory. Brown drops back, fires off the right side. Smith is there. Oh, what a catch! Back goes Cole, looking to pass. Looking to pass. Crusaders take him down. Matt Steyer on the sack.
Oh, that pocket just collapsed. You had Steyer blitzing from his outside linebacker position.
9, Brown drops back, looking to pass over the middle. Fires deep. Leffler Steve makes the catch at the 20 to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Oh my goodness, 60 yards in the air.
He's got number 35, that's Brad Kirby, as well as Brian Oliver. Oh my gosh, he's hit as soon as he drops back. Chip Parrish coming on a linebacker blitz, just nails him. 20-yard line. Rod Johnson in motion on the far side, and back goes Cole, but he is sacked in the backfield once again. Aaron Messner raising his hand, as well as number 42, Todd Richmond. The Crusaders were bringing it big time on that series.
Wheaton continued its offensive tear, chalking up 56 points against the defenseless North Park Vikings. But special teams took center stage on this afternoon as Todd Kinley started the day with a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Started out this morning in the usual way, chasing thoughts inside my head of all I had to do today. Another time around the circle, try to make it better than the last. I opened up the Bible and I read about me. Said I've been a prisoner and God's grace set me free. And somewhere between the pages, it hit me like a lightning bolt. I saw a different view in front of me, and I heard somebody say, "Let's go." Saddle up your horses, we got a trail to blaze. Through the wild blue yonder, God's amazing grace. Let's follow our leader into the glorious unknown. This is life like no other. Whoa, this is the great adventure.
Wheaton's defense played without 3 starters, but it didn't really matter because the Vikings gave up the ball 7 times to the Crusaders. This game was an opportunity to showcase the underclassmen. Linebacker Jeremy Halcomb had a fumble recovery and an interception, while Tim Drexel and Eric Grupner each had interceptions.
Horizons, just waiting to be explored. This is what we were created for. Yeah. So saddle up your horses, we got a trail to blaze. Through the wild blue yonder, God's amazing grace. Let's follow
Pedro Aruza gained 113 yards on only 13 carries. Sophomore Dane Shaw ran for 67 yards, and freshman Hanif Granville gained 53 yards to add to the collection.
We'll travel over mountains so high. We'll go through valleys low. Still through it all, we'll find that this is the greatest journey that the human heart will ever see. The love of God.
The annual game for the Little Brass Bell against North Central looked to be a tough one for the Crusaders in the first half, who struggled to maintain a slim lead over the Cardinals. After a re-examination of their motives at the intermission, the Crusaders came out firing and the Cardinals had no chance. Brown threw the ball all over the place and Aruza galloped for a season-high 154 yards. David Hoover led the defensive front lines with 14 tackles and 2 for losses. Dean Dumais, all the way at cornerback position, had 11 tackles to go with his first half interception. Wheaton looked ready to climb out of the four-way tie for number 1 in the CCIW the following week at Augustana.
I'm down here waiting on a shattered heart. Gonna put it back together and tear me apart. If I can keep it up, if I can keep it up. I've been complaining like a broken record. Gonna get what I want if it takes forever. If I can keep it up, if I can keep it up. Though the rain weighs down your wings, still the case the doctor sing, singing. Na 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 na. I know it seems funny trying to
title hopes were drowned in the mud at Augustana. In a classic dogfight, the Vikings prevailed 26-21. Defensively, Wheaton was led by senior linebacker Matt Steyer, who had 19 tackles with 15 solos. Defensive end Jeremy Diller also had a career game with 15 tackles.
Take us away, take us up to heaven, gonna be okay. We can keep it up, we can keep it up. Though the rain weighs down your wings, still the Jasper's got to sing, singing. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Wheaton's high-powered offense slid its way to 350 yards, but ultimately stumbled. Regardless of the disappointing outcome, the Crusaders still had one game left to play. They were still in the middle of the process.
Keep it up.
The Crusaders finished their season on an upbeat note, pounding Elmhurst 40-19. The win marked Coach J.R. Bishop's 200th career victory.
Tries hard to be a man. His mother takes him by his hand. He stops to think, he starts to cry. Oh, why? If you run away, run away, run away, run away, I will follow. If you run away, run away, run away, run away, I will follow. I was on the inside when they pulled the forwards down. I was looking through the window. I was lost, I am found. Walk away, walk away, walk away, walk away, I will follow. If you walk away, walk away, walk away, walk away, I will follow.
Offensively, running back Dane Shaw led the charge with 110 yards on 10 carries. Brian Smith led all receivers with 110 yards on 9 receptions. Wheaton's greatest weapon on defense was linebacker Chip Parrish, who was chosen Division III Co-Defensive Player of the Week. He had 20 tackles, 2 caused fumbles, an interception, a sack, deflected a pass, and outran 4 public safety officers.
Your eyes, your eyes.
The 1994 Wheaton College Crusaders ended the season with 7 wins and 2 losses. In the CCIW, the Crusaders boasted the #1 offense and the #3 defense. Though they fell short of their goal, a championship, they continued in the process, and that process is still going on.
All good things gotta come to an end. The thrills have to fade before they come round again. The bills will be paid and the pleasure will mend. All good things gotta come to an end. God, I wish I was home, laying around with my friends. The call of the wild, caution thrown to the wind. The fall of a child, where the longing begins. All good things gotta come to an end. Like a river flows, rolling till it ends in the sea. Our pleasure grows, rolling till it ends in you and me. Now as the dark gathers into the sky, and legions of might go thundering by. Regions of light grow dim and then die, and we with our wings wait for morning to fly. Like a river flows, rolling till it ends in the sea. Our pleasure grows, rolling till it ends in you and me. Here with the angels have appeared in our gone. Your face like an ember glows in the dawn. But I want you to remember, all wild deeds live on, all good times, all good friends, all good things gotta come to an end. The thrills have to fade before they come round again. The bills will be paid and the pleasure will mend. All good things gotta come to an end.